friends, Joy over here. Thanks for joining me on your mats for Yoga with Joy. This is an all levels class, and today we're gonna do a little bit of cleansing using the breath, also doing a little bit of twists and balancing poses as well. So I hope you have fun. Try to just listen to your body and go with the flow. All right, so let's start here in all fours today. So coming to a tabletop, bring your knees under the hips, roughly shoulders over the wrists, and then start to move through our cat and cows. As you inhale, arch your spine, lift your tailbone. As you exhale, tuck your chin, round the mid and upper back. Make sure you fan your fingers nice and wide here. And start to cultivate that breath. Linking breath to movement right away, because remember, there's no separation, right? Mind, body, breath, all connected throughout the class. And now we're gonna start to add a little bit more. So you're gonna inhale, find your cow pose. As you exhale, you press back into child's pose. And again, inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Final one, breathe in. And breathe out. Now from here, I'm gonna turn to face you guys. You're gonna curl your toes under, right? So sideways is gonna look something like this. So your hands can be on the floor here, or you can even bring your hands to your legs. We're gonna do a few rounds of lion's breath. So if you're not familiar with lion's breath, it's a breath that helps you to release anxiety, stress, also works, stimulates the thyroid and like the neck muscles here. And it can feel a little bit, weird. It is weird actually. So, luckily I can see you, and probably you're by yourself doing this. So let it loose, try not to think too much. Don't get in your head. So we're gonna inhale through the nose. You're gonna stick your tongue out. And you can even lift your gaze into that third eye, what we call in yoga, or that space in between your eyebrows. So it's also, that cleansing breath, let everything out, let it loose. So let's go for that. So we're gonna do this 3 times. So inhale. 2 more. Last one. Get loud. Very nice. And we're gonna do this a few more times throughout class, and we're gonna work with different breaths as well. So curl the toes under, press up and back to downward facing dog. Take a moment, paddle the feet, shake your head yes and no. Now we're gonna turn all 10 toes towards the right. So you're adding a little side stretch here. Come back to center, breathe in and breathe out. Turn to your left. Make sure you're not sinking into that right shoulder. Press through the hands. Come back to center, inhale. As you exhale, now you're gonna turn your toes, bend your knees a little bit, lift that right arm, and back to center. To the other side. Do this 1 more time each side at your own pace. Last one. And then start to Walk the hands towards your feet, coming to the back of your mat. Release here your low back, so soften your knees. Grab your elbows with opposite hands. Shake your head, yes, no. Open and close your mouth. Come back to center. Pull that belly in and start to roll your spine, one vertebrae at a time. Good. Inhale, sweep your arms. And then hands to the heart center. So now we're going to do similar thing to the lion's breath, but you're going to move your arms as well, okay? So we're going to inhale, sit low into a chair pose. Exhale. And then you sweep your arms, okay? Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Sit low, inhale. Exhale. Last one. Now lace your fingers behind your back and just hang here for a few breaths. So today it's all about letting go, cleansing, right? Getting rid of the cobwebs, anything that you perhaps you've been holding on to and you don't even know. And that can be, you know, in your physical body, can be in your mind. So use this opportunity, friends, to clear space. And release your hands to the floor. Inhale, walk forward to your plank. Since we're going to be doing a few twists today, you can just stick with a few hip dips here. Or you can even bring your knees to the floor, right? And then you're going to open to one side and you're going to do a little thread the needle here. Or you can do this level 2, taking the knees off the ground. So see where you are today. So the full expression of the pose is going to look like this. You are in that plank pose, right? You're going to turn to one side. Inhale, reach your arm up. Exhale, thread the needle, add a little twist here. Back to center. Exhale, back. Inhale, raise that left arm. Add that thread the needle. So remember, you can keep your knee on the ground as you do this. Just one more time each side. Follow the breath. Moving with intention. Back to center. Take a child's pose here. Now, you're gonna bring that left arm under the right. So you can rest your forehead on the floor or a block. And switch sides. Now take your right arm under. Back to center, curl the toes, find downward dog. You're gonna step your right foot between your hands, plant your back heel on the floor, and then rise for warrior 1. So that back foot is roughly a 45-degree angle here. Your shoulders remain over the hips. So think of plugging that right hip back, right? Bend that front knee. And your feet can be wider here, friends. Breathe. And then open twist to your right. Take another inhale. Stay for your exhale. Come back to center, breathe in. And breathe out. Fold, extend your front leg here. Taking a little pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. Step your left foot to meet your right. Inhale, exhale. So we're gonna do the same thing we did before with that chair pose 3 times. Inhale, exhale. Oops, I lost my balance here. Sit low, inhale, exhale. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Lace your fingers. It's okay to get excited and lose your balance. 2 more. Release your hands to the earth. Step back to your plank. Inhale. Exhale to flow. Take a back bend of your choice, whether it's cobra or upward dog. Press up and back, downward facing dog. You're gonna step your left foot forward, plant your right heel, rise for your warrior one. And I want you to take time here, right, to set up your pose. So remember, we use alignment here to create stability, right? So you may notice that one side, it might be a little bit easier for you to square off the hips. So see what works for you. Here, lengthen that tailbone. Make sure you're not crunching that low back. Wake up your legs, press firmly through the feet. Take another inhale. Exhale, open twist. Doesn't have to be a huge movement. Come back to center. Inhale. Exhale. We're gonna frame your front foot, straighten that front leg. If you wanna use props, you can. You don't have to. Remember, if your fingertips don't touch the floor, you can always grab your elbows with opposite hands behind your back. Remember, it doesn't have to be fancy. Think about being creative, right? Using what you have, what's available to you. Just another breath here. We're gonna walk the hands towards the long side of our mats. So now make sure your feet are on the same line here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. If you wanna movement, you can bend one knee, then the other, move from side to side, or just hang here in stillness. Add a soft bend to the knees. Feel that nice stretch in the back of your legs, in your spine, that low back. How's your breath? Gonna add a little twist here, so keep your left hand under the face and raise your right arm to the sky. Exhale, release, switch sides. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands towards your left foot, so you're facing the front of your mat again. Step back to your plank. We're gonna flow. We meet in downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward. Plant your back heel. Rise for your warrior one. So we've been here before not too long ago, so find your pose. And then see if you can find stillness right away. Add that twist, friends. You
can even flip your left palm and reach up and back so that right hand reaches behind your left leg. Come back to center. Exhale, frame your right foot. We're going to go back into that Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Maybe you even flex your front foot, lifting the toes and the ball of your foot off your mat to the side. Just finding a little bit more sensation. Good. Release your toes down. Step your left foot to meet your right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Again, breathe in and breathe out. Inhale to rise. Hands to the heart center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, breathe in and breathe out. Step or jump, move like you. Open your heart, create space, enjoy, and release. Downward dog. Step your left foot forward, plant your right foot, inhale, rise. Warrior one. So first, just find stillness here, right? Really fully arrive into the pose. Stay in your breath, stay in your body, present. And then open, twist to your left. Option to flip your palm, reach up and back. Come back to center. Exhale, frame your front foot, find that pyramid pose. Maybe flexing your toes. See if you can keep your spine nice and long here. And release your toes. Walk your hands towards the long side of your mat here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Start to move a little bit from side to side. And if you want to use your block, or if you have books at home, right, those thick books with a hard cover, those are a great way to modify. Then we're gonna bend our right knee, sit nice and low. See if you can work that, keep that right heel on the floor. So you're extending your left leg and your toes are pointing up. I have tight hips, so I like to use my block here. So the intention here is to really keep that chest nice and open. And if you can, use your arm inside your leg. Braid. Some of you may want to reach that arm up, almost adding a little twist here. Today is actually Thanksgiving Day as I record this class. I'm just trying here to, create space, trying to enjoy the day, not worry so much, about what I'm gonna do later, if I have to cook or not. And this year Thanksgiving is probably looking very different for a lot of people. It's just, myself, my husband, and my son this year. And such is life, right? We have to adapt, we have to adjust to their circumstances, but still, cultivating that gratitude. Because to me, being grateful, it's a daily thing. So I'm grateful today that, I get to do what I love and share this with y'all. One more breath here as you go into the other side. Clearing space in your heart, right? To cultivate more the things that you need in your life. The things that makes you feel good, that brings joy into your life. And then slowly release. So come back to that 2 straight legs. Here we're gonna add that twist once again. But now, friends, we're gonna take the left hand to the right shin or ankle, and then raise your right arm to the sky. You can even turn that palm out and take a half bind here. Release, halfway lift. Exhale, switch. Right hand to left shin. Maybe binding, maybe just raising the arm. Slowly release, inhale. Exhale, walk your hands towards the top of your mat, framing that left foot. Feel free to take your flow here or to just step back into a downward dog. One more breath here. All right, step your right foot forward. Now we're gonna stay on the ball of that back foot, lifting that back heel. You're gonna inhale, rise for high lunge. If your balance is not there for you today, you can plant your heel and keep more of like the warrior one shape, right? Square off the hips. Offer your pose, lift your heart, breathe. Exhale, open twist, option to flip, reach up and back, bend the front knee a little more. Come back to center. You're gonna inhale, come all the way to the front of your mat, raise your left leg with you, open twist to your left. Stand tall. Now inhale back to center. You're gonna slowly find a warrior 3 here. So your hands, let me move back a little bit. So as you come to the warrior 3, now slowly you're gonna bring your hands down to the floor or your blocks. Keep that leg about hip height. It doesn't have to be super high, but your hip points are facing down. Now keep your left fingertips on the floor. Take your right hand to your hip, or you can reach the arm up. So energy through the back leg. Option here to bend your knee, catch your foot, and add a little quad stretch here as you twist. Standing leg stays nice and strong. Slowly, mindfully release. And step back into a plank. And flow. Choose your back bend. Try not to rush here. And meet me in downward dog. Step your left foot forward. Inhale, rise for your high lunge. One more breath in. As you exhale, you're gonna open twist. Reach up and back. Come back to center, inhale. Exhale, draw the energy to the heart. Take an inhale, trust yourself. As you exhale, you stand on that left foot, draw your right knee with you. We're gonna open twist here. Come back to center, breathe in. As you breathe out, you find that warrior three. And then you're gonna take the hands right to the floor or to a block. Square off the hips. Keep your right hand on the floor. Raise that left arm or just take your hand to your hip, or if you took that bind on the other side, see if that can help. Will not help. See if that happens as well on this side. Slowly release, step back. You can just find downward dog here. And find a child's pose for a moment. Give yourself permission. Check in with yourself. Scan the body, scan the breath. Find your downward dog. Big breath in. Stay for the exhale. Bend your knees, look forward. Come to the top of your mat. Walk your feet wider here, friends. Maybe as wide as your mat or even wider. We're gonna come into Malasana Yogi Squat. If you're feeling a little extra tight today, sit on that block. There's no shame in using props, right, and modifying poses. See if you can soften into the groins, the hips, the low back. We're gonna add that twist, so raise your right arm so your left hand comes to the floor and keep pressing that arm in front of your shin. If you wanna bind, take that right hand behind your back, left hand reaches, maybe you grab a little towel or a strap. Back to center, breathe in, lift that chest and switch sides. So keep the arm in front of your leg, right? The fingertips comes to the floor. Raise your left arm to the sky, turn your palm out. You may or may not find a bind. Back to center and release. Take a breath in, open mouth, exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms and hands to the heart center. All right, turn to face the long side of your mat. You're gonna turn your toes slightly out, your heels is slightly in, and we're gonna do a few movement here through the arms. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna inhale, reach your arms up like a star pose. As you exhale, give yourself a nice hug. So it doesn't matter which arm comes on top. Inhale, reach, exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. Last time. Inhale, Exhale, cactus your arms and hold it here in goddess pose a little bit. Horse pose, goddess pose. Maybe move a little bit from side to side, up and down, and hold. Maybe close your eyes. And inhale, reach. Exhale, open to warrior two. So now you may need to move your feet a little bit wider. Extend your arms sideways, right? So wake up those arms, make sure they're not just hanging there like wet noodles. Now try to find that knee over your ankle, and as you extend that front arm, make sure you're not traveling with your arm, right? Keep the shoulders over the hips. Gonna add movement here, so moving with the breath. If you feel like you're building too much heat, exhale through the mouth. It's nice and cleansing, and it's nice and relaxing sometimes to just let the breath out through the mouth. So you're gonna inhale, extend the legs and the arms just like we did before, and exhale, bend your front knee, reach your arms out. Inhale, exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. Last one. Now you can reach forward a little bit. Take that forearm to your leg, or you can take your fingertips to the floor or a block. Find that side angle pose. I like to turn my pinky finger to face the floor here. Now just straighten that right leg, finding that triangle pose. If you need to shorten the stance, please do so. Good, come back up. Turn all 10 toes forward. Inhale and exhale, open warrior two, facing the other side now. So find a warrior two, bend your knee. Inhale, exhale. Breath and movement together. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Good. From here, we're gonna find that side angle pose. Make sure here that your shoulder is not coming up towards your ear, right? So press actively through the forearm. Allow yourself to breathe even through the struggle, right? Sometimes this pose can be, or any pose really, can be challenging, and it's hard to stay present. So invite yourself to come back to your breath. That's what gives us life. That's our fuel. Straighten that leg. Bring your hand to your shin, to the block, to the floor. Triangle pose. Inhale, come all the way up. Turn all 10 toes forward. Take your hands to your hips. This time around, friends, bring your feet a little bit closer in. Inhale. And exhale, fold. If you want to go back into that Skandasana, that side lunge, do so. You can remember stay in stillness here, or you can invite movement. Make it fluid, make you look like you. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, walk your hands towards your right foot. So now you're facing the back of your mat. You can flow, you can find downward dog.
Bend your knees, look forward, step or jump. Breathe in and breathe out. Again, inhale, exhale. Inhale, rise. Hands to the heart center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Step your left foot back. Open to that warrior two right away. Take an inhale. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Reach up and back here. Come back to center. Inhale. Exhale, find that side angle one more time. We're going to take the left hand to the hip. We're going to move into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, so your right hand comes to the floor towards the pinky toe side. Transfer the weight to your right leg as you raise that left leg about hip height here. Energy through the foot, friends. Option to extend your arms, shift your gaze towards the horizon, maybe even towards the ceiling. Come back to warrior two, gracefully. Inhale, exhale, reverse your warrior. Come back to center, inhale, straighten the leg, turn your toes forward. Bring your heels in, your toes out. We're gonna inhale, reach. Exhale, take your right elbow under the left. Sit low. Even lower, inhale, reach. Exhale, left elbow under. Inhale, reach, start pose. Exhale, open, warrior two. Breathe in and breathe out. Reverse your warrior. Come back to center. Exhale to that side angle pose. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon whenever you're ready. Transfer the weight to your left leg, left foot, create space. Stabilize through the left leg, maybe raise your arm. Wake up your toes, brighten the fingers. Are you breathing? Mindfully back to the warrior two. Inhale, exhale, reverse. Inhale, center, straighten both legs, turn all 10 toes forward. We're gonna fold one last time here. And exhale, flat back, hinge at the hips. Whatever arm variation you wanna work on. Walk your hands back, inhale, halfway lift. Walk your hands towards your right foot. Now walk the right foot towards the left side of your mat. And we're gonna find pigeon pose. So extending through the back leg. Some of you may need that right heel a little bit closer to your groin. Some of you will stay upright. Some of you will want to walk the hands forward, coming down to the forearms. Take 3 more breaths here. Big breath in. Audible exhale. Last one. Walk your hands back.
You're gonna roll towards that right sit bone here. Just swing your left leg around. Keep your right knee bent. That left leg is out. And you're gonna fold over your left leg to release that low back a little bit for Janu Shirshasana. Square off the shoulders, lengthen the spine. Walk your hands back. From here, you can just bring the left shin in front and extend your right leg back, or you can find downward dog, right? So whatever way that makes sense to you to get into your pigeon pose. So now the right leg is straight, the left knee is bent. Take your time. And then maybe not, coming down to your forearms. Allow yourself to soften, to go into that peaceful, quiet space within yourself. Always expressing honest gratitude towards yourself, your body, for the opportunity, right, to come to your mat, to cultivate a little bit more of acceptance, kindness, self-love, self-care. Breathe in, open mouth, breathe out. Last one. If you feel ready, friends, walk your hands back. You're gonna roll towards the left sit bone, swing the right leg around. Make sure you're sitting nice and tall here. Breathe in. And breathe out, fold. And start to walk the hands back. We're gonna just cross our legs and take a seated twist here. Sitting tall. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale to your right. Final one. Come back to center and to your left. Inhale, reach up, palms touch, pull the energy to the heart center. Make yourself comfortable for your Shavasana, your final relaxation. Spend a couple minutes there. Give yourself permission to receive. Thank you so much for joining me, for allowing me to guide you. May you have peace, may you be happy, may you be free. Namaste.